She love me nice t-shirt, blue skinny jeans, Margiela sneakers. Invictus splash that make me sweeter. Fuck with the 16, I be a sleeper. So she me t-shirt, 16 day me leave her. She praying that I never leave her. Yeah, she love a drug dealer.
Welcome back, guys. In today's video, I'm going to show you how I achieved this look within 15 minutes, so grab a notebook. For starters, I'm going to prime my eyelids with any form of concealer, and after blending it out, I'm going to set it with a setting powder to ensure that the eyeshadows can blend seamlessly. So now I'm using an orange shade from my Huda Beauty palette to start off my crease. When you're doing eyeshadow, you want to start off with a warm orangey shade in the crease so that your eyeshadows can blend better. You always want to start from light to dark depending on the look that you're going for. I basically want the shadows to blend like in a sunset form, so you want to always start off with an orangey brown and then go darker as you go along. So now I'm adding a reddish brown with the orange just to ensure that everything blends, and you want to blend under where you started with the first color while still blending everything all together, if that makes sense. Now I'm adding a deeper brown shade into the corners of the eye. This just builds intensity and is totally optional, but when doing so, you want to stay around the corners of the eye and swivel in a circular motion so that you don't take over the entire eye with that deep shade. So now I'm taking a peachy nude color, which is my eyelid of choice. You want to just pat into the eyelid as opposed to sweeping it. I am kind of sweeping it towards the end just to blend it with the rest of the eyeshadow, but initially when putting it on the eyelid, you want to pack it on first until you get the desired look. Then you can kind of sweep it into those browns and oranges. Wing liner is always tricky to explain, but as you can see, I usually drag a line up and then come straight down, then fill it in. I find that a lot of people usually start on the eyelid where they sweep the line across first and then finish towards the end. However, I cannot do it that way, so this is the way that works best for me. So now I'm priming my face, preparing it for the foundation. This is where you get to blend out all of the concealer from when you did your eyebrows into your face to make sure that everything blends. Before I place foundation on my face, I usually warm it up on the back of my hand. This allows it to blend better. I'm sure you guys know this, but if you don't, the key to having flawless makeup is to blend as much as possible. You can never over blend. Just blend, 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 blend. I'm using a flat kabuki brush from Sigma. I find that flat, dense brushes or buffing brushes are best when blending out foundation, and then you want to go over it with a beauty blender to ensure that everything is a flawless finish. So now I'm going in with my Shape Tape concealer. This one is full coverage. I'm just applying to my T-zone area. Lately, I have been concealing and contouring at the same time because they do blend better together. So with the contour, you want to kind of blend upward so that it can go into the concealer. So by blending upward into the cheekbone, you're basically creating a shadow so that the highlight can appear bright into places that light would normally hit your face, which is under your eyes, your nose, your cupid's bow, your chin, and your forehead. So here I'm just buffing out my big old head, y'all. So now I'm going in with an angled buffing brush just to buff out the concealer. This concealer is a shade too light for me. However, I still use it when I want to be really highlighted. Whenever you're too light or too dark, there are ways to fix this. So don't stop or feel discouraged whenever you feel you might be a little too light or too dark. You can always balance it out with powder, which I'll show you shortly. So when buffing out concealer, you want to make sure you're patting the product into the skin as opposed to like sweeping it around or sweeping it off. You want to buff it into the skin first and then go around it and kind of blend it out. You can do this with the back of the beauty blender, which should have foundation residue on it. So this is one way that you can balance out the lightness. So now I am buffing out the contour on my nose, blending that out with a smaller brush. When doing so, you want to blend upward and kind of get it into the crease of where you did your eyeshadow. Only because if you blend straight up, it'll just look like two lines in the middle of your face. When you bring it over to your crease, it gives it a more natural look. So now I am setting concealer with a setting powder. This is the Sasha Cosmetics Buttercup Powder. Another tip, whenever you're applying any liquids to your face, whether it's foundation, concealer, you always want to go in with a powder to set to make sure that you're not slipping and sliding all over the place. Now I'm just sweeping away that powder. Because I'm light here, a little too light, I'm taking this brush and I dip it into my foundation powder before I sweep it off my face. So of course, after sweeping that powder away, I'm going into my foundation powder and just going all over my face before I highlight. So yes, highlighter, the best part. You're applying this to the highest point of your cheekbones. I also apply it to the corners of my forehead, just because these are places where light naturally hits the face, and you know, it just adds glow. Then I add blush. The blush should always go between the highlight and where you contour. That just makes everything, you know, balanced. Now I'm just applying my lashes with tweezers. Tweezers and nails are your best friend when applying lashes. I will add the info to my description bar. And this is pretty much how I completed my look, guys. Let me know what you think.
Where we are at? Got a soda, 6 months on the one team, we a soldier. General abroad, couple batch by my shoulder. Wrist on my neck freeze, but my heart cold now. Malachi, got a soda.